Hello, hello, welcome to your live stream. Welcome to your live stream. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. My name is Itao. Connection problem. Good morning, Wan. Good morning. Ah, good morning, guys. Good morning. Let's start our tea live stream today. Before I start to introduce our tea, I would love to make a brief introduction about our class and myself. Uh, my name is Yi Tao. I'm professional Chinese tea sommelier. In each tea class, I will select a premium Chinese tea to share how we prepare it with a traditional Kung Fu Cha Wei, and I will elaborate all details, traits regarding the flavor and taste about this tea. During our tea class, if you have any questions, please feel free to share in our comment. If you are searching a premium high quality Chinese teas, authentic, handcrafted, original high class Chinese tea wares and the teas, you can also check our tea shop link. Our tea shop is ready for you. The tea I want to, if you just pass by live stream, you can just stay for a while with us. Even you never try any Chinese tea yet, the tea I want to share with you with you today. This tea is very special. It's kind of exceptional Chinese black tea. The commercial name of this tea, we call it as Tan Yang Gong Fu black tea. Uh, hello from Venezuela. Hello guys. Um, uh, Tan Yang. Tan Yang Kung Fu black tea. Hopefully you never heard, never tried. In fact, but I think most of you must already heard. Uh, Sorry, we continue our uh, tea class again. Okay, let's continue. This tea, first of all, this tea, I want to let you know that this Tanyang Kung Fu black tea, this tea is very special. Why? Because first of all, this Tanyang Kung Fu black tea is made from Jin Mudan. Jimmudan, what's Jimmudan? Jimmudan, golden peony is the name of uh, uh, tea cultivar. And you know, we use this tea cultivar to make into oolong. Why? Because this Jimmudan basically has a natural, flowery, very pleasant, flowery, sweet aroma. And besides, based on this Jimmudan raw material, based on this great raw material, uh, this tea, besides the traditional Tanyang Kung Fu cha, Tanyang Kung Fu black tea craftsmanship, based on that, our artisans uh, especially incorporated with a very important oolong a process for making oolong tea. It's called in Chinese called yao qing. You may it may sound uh, it may it sounds a little bit complex for this tea, right? Yes, this tea. When you try this tea, you will perceive immediately a very pleasant, distinctive, pronounced, flowery, and plus sweet aroma. Besides, this tea has an amazing peach-like fruity flavor and taste. This is the tea I want to share with you today. During our tea class, if you have any questions, please feel free to share in our comment. Okay. If you have any questions, just don't be shy. Just write in our comment. Okay. Now we should. I will write the title of this black tea and bringing recommendation in our comment. So, funny questions? Mhm. Three. A second, I'm deal with the connection problem. For the moment, where the tea I select for our live stream today, this tea is called Tanyang Gong Fu Black Tea from Chinese Fujian province. Now, okay. Uh, Sorry for the interruption. Let's continue. Sorry. This tea. Yeah. Now let's look at this tea. As I mentioned, this tea is in fact made from a, special Chinese oolong, Chinese oolong tea cultivar called Jinmudan, gold peony. Before I show you this tea, I would like to explain. Yeah, sometimes you heard that we call this tea as oolong, black tea, white tea. You may think some of you may think that. Do you think that because we uh, do you know how we classify Chinese teas? For Chinese teas we have six grain types: oolong, oolong, black tea, green tea, white tea, dark tea, and yellow tea. Right, six grain types. Do you know how we classify? Technically, we classify Chinese teas according to the tea making process and tea polyphenol oxidation fermentation. Uh, Please don't misunderstand that because we take the tea leaf from the green tea tree, then this tea made into green tea. No, a tea leaf can make into any type we want, but it doesn't mean doesn't mean this tea leaf once this tea leaf is fit for make green tea, in the country, it may not so appropriate to make into uh, black tea. Mm. So this is the. Do you know what? If you ask me, what's the advantages of Chinese tea? First thing I will tell you that in China, first of all, we have more than 2,000 years tea making, drinking, plantation history. So in this land, in our grand land, in this land, you see we have so rich tea cultivars. Uh, uh, you understand that it's like we when we wear just we have so many let's say accessories to match with our clothes. So this tea, like the tea I want to share with you today, this tea you will never find you never find outside China because this Jinmudan is an exclusive cultivar planted in China. Regarding the tea flavor taste, it's very special and unique as well. So let's look at this tea. Look at this tea. You may notice that very interesting, yeah, because I mentioned that this tea is made from oolong tea cultivar Jingmudan, right? And physically, you can notice that yes, compared with Lepson Xiaozhong or other Chinese black tea, Kimon black tea, this tea, yeah, uh, just look at the size of this tea is relatively large. That's true. It's relatively large. Uh, right? Uh, and the strip is a little bit tight, a little bit curly and tight, with a beautiful black brown color. That's a look at wow, look at the color. Uh, we call this color is a black brown oily color with an oily texture. Hmm. When you smell it, the dry tea exudes a sweet, so comforting, delicious, sugar sweet aroma. So, final questions? If you have any questions, please feel free to share in our comment. Okay. For the moment, uh, we are bringing this premium exceptional Chinese 金牡丹 Tanyang Gongfu black tea. To bring good cup of Chinese black tea, here we have three essential points we need to pay attention. The first thing is the tea to water ratio. Tea to water ratio. Um, Tea to water ratio. You can apply like 1 to 30. like this guy one 150 ml today. You can take around 5 grams. Uh, Besides tea to water ratio, we also need to pay attention to the water temperature. For this tea is made from a Chinese oolong tea cultivar called Jinmugan. Basically, this tea is features its high flavor taste. When you do with such tea with a so pronounced flavor aroma profile, I would recommend to use water above 90 degrees Celsius, 194 Fahrenheit. Uh, steeping time can be adjusted according to your personal preference. In general, I'll bring like a few seconds to 15 seconds. Mm. Okay, this is my this is my brewing recommendation about this Tanyang Gongfu black tea. For sure, uh, when if you're new to this tea, you just buy this tea, you receive this tea, and you first of all you can try with my recommendation. Uh, if you think that's too taste too strong or too light, you can appropriately adjust steeping time and the tea to the ratio. But I recommend you to remain the same water temperature I advise to you. Okay. So funny questions? Yes, appears slightly oily in the camera. Yeah. Oily. This is Chinese tea jargon to describe a texture of tea leaf of the dry tea. In general, a good premium Chinese tea, especially for black tea, physically it should look oily. Oily. Okay. Now I want to. Today, besides this here, we also have some new arrivals. This Chinese jade mini Buddha structure and also jade teapot. Wow. Hmm. Okay. Wow. So wow. Look at it, this jade. Okay. Now we can start to uh, bring our tea. The first step we call it the first step we call it preheating. The first step we call it preheating process. Preheating process. To preheat all tea ways we're gonna use in this tea ceremony. Preheat the fig. Please look at the color. Please look at this glass cup. This is food. This in Chinese called 公道杯. 公道杯 to fair cup to receive tea soup and spare tea into every teacup. This is our new arrival. Chinese gourd shape, hand engraved with the gourd and the buds pattern teacup as well. This is a new arrival. Yes, appears this jade seems to be an exceptionally high quality color exception printing. Yeah, this color personally like very much, especially in summertime. Especially it looks very refreshing. Later on, I will show you more details. And those they are uh, hand engraved, handmade, made from Chinese 岫玉. 岫玉 is one of the top four Chinese jade. If you're interested in anything, we're showing a live stream now. You can go to, you can see our tea shop link uh, on the bottom of your screen. Now we've just finished to preheat this the teaware. Now we put the tea into the gaiwan. When you put tea into the gaiwan, we shake. We shake a few times. So we call this a shaking fragrance, and then smell the dry tea. With a warm gaiwan teapot, the dry tea fragrance become more noticeable. It smells very sweet, very gentle, sweet. Uh, this tea, please use above 90 degrees Celsius, 90 degrees Celsius, 194 Fahrenheit. When you're using Gaiwan, when you're using Gaiwan, if you're just new to learn, Gaiwan, some of you, if it's the first time you see this kind of teapot, you may worry that if we will pour water and then we hold the gaiwan to pour the tea out, will the edge of the gaiwan will be very hot? Here there's a tip. This uh, Here now I'm sharing a tip on how we keep the edge of gaiwan will not so hot for our fingers. It's very simple. Now the gaiwan is in front of us, right? If we say this gaiwan is a clock, uh, this point, uh, 6 o'clock and 3 o'clock and 12 o'clock, right? Right. And when you pour water, you pour water towards the direction of 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock, because this is the 2 points we will hold with your finger. So we avoid those parts, 2 points, and we pour water towards the direction of 3 o'clock. It's very simple. With this way, the age of the Gaiwan will not hurt it, the age of Gaiwan. It's still very acceptable for us to hold a few seconds to 15 seconds. Would you say the interesting uh, curvature for this particular leaf lends itself to a more dimensional taste profile? Yeah. This tea, when we Chinese tea, Chinese tea is we in China we for each tea like oolong, green tea, as we okay, let's say based on the uh, experience. So we know that this tea cow before, just let me take it example for 200 years ago. 200 years ago, yeah, there before there's no, uh, we call it tea science created. So basically, we cannot use the biology or chemistry the knowledge to analyze the tea, right? So with the experience, we notice that uh, let me explain with a simple way that basically for making into the black tea oolong, uh, for the tea leaf itself, uh, uh, the substance, a certain substance should be demanded, and the content of the demanded like tea polyphenol, that's very important substance to get oxidated, especially for black tea. So yes, that's true. That a tea cultivar basically will affect the let's say the richness of the flavor and taste. There is some tea. That's why when you try some tea, uh, it tastes so rich, and there's some tea even they operated with the same craftsmanship. There's some tea taste pale, not so round, not so rich, fragrant, because just basically. There's some tea, there's some regions, or there's some regions because it's like let's say it's a fact, not because we are selling tea here, so I'm say that. I take the example of Yunnan, Yunnan province. You know, in our tea shop, we're selling a lot black teas, white teas poured from Yunnan province, right? Yunnan province is one of the best region producing one of the best Chinese teas. That's a fact. There's no any doubt. But uh, I remember, no, I barely introduced any green tea from Yunnan province. Why? Because Yunnan big leaf cultivar. This cultivar technically is not operate make into green tea. And in other way, yeah, in other way, I can also tell you that India produce one of the best black tea, right? But India, this just from the cultivars of India, uh, their cultivar is not so for from our for Chinese for as let's say from Chinese green tea aspect, it's not operate make into green tea. So that's the fact. That's why that's the fact because we uh, come in. Let's say we make this inclusion based on the science, tea science, based on the biology, based on the chemistry, actual. Okay, so when for the tea cultivar, sometimes you feel confused. Don't worry if you heard something because this is a very niche knowledge. You don't have to, as a consumer, you don't have to understand. But I will tell you why this tea. When I mentioned this is a exceptional tea from a few ways. The raw material craftsmanship, Mm. like this tea. This Tanyangong black tea is made from Jin Mudan. So basically, I want to tell you, you may get confused. What's Jingmudan? Yes, I want to tell you. You just need to know that this tea basically has a very pleasant uh, flowery aroma, a sweet fruity fragrance given by this Jingmudan, this tea cultivar. This is something, this tea, that's why this tea can distinguish from other Chinese black tea. Now let me try it. Wow, look at the tea soup. Ah, look at this tea soup. Wow. Mm, the fragrance, wonderful. This tea, this Haiyan Kung Fu black tea features uh, a very sweet, peach-like fruity fragrance plus a sweet rose flowery aroma. Uh, Basically, this tea it smells very sweet, very sweet. Wow, wonderful this tea. If you're interested in this tea, please go to check out tea shop link in our bio. This tea, for this tea, I highly recommend to you. And honestly, this tea, uh, uh, we don't have a because for Chinese tea, for those premium Chinese tea, they are not the industry tea like we make. This tea was made in to uh, 2024, 2024, yes. We call it as you can imagine it's like a seasonal tea. Like we make this season, and once it's finished. It's not on industry tea. You find the market. You can supermarket like Lipton. And we call it as industry tea because it's more like a blended tea. So they can keep the year and the year let's say. But for Chinese premium Chinese tea first of all relates each year could be varied because the climate the climate the climate is different every year. The climate when we make the tea and for the seasons like spring, each year each spring is different. So it may affect the, the raw material itself. This tube has a very good color profile, isn't it? Yeah, this tea it's it's a very beautiful, yeah. It's a tea soup for premium Chinese black tea, golden clear, golden clear. I need to try it. Wow, the first sip. The first it has been this for a few months. I haven't tried. The first because yesterday was busy. I haven't have time to try and get. Uh, wow, the first sip is really is really surprising and it's sweet with a slight fresh peach uh, flavor. Like when you drink this tea, you may feel like we add some fresh the fresh peach juice inside the tea soup. But no, this tea is a pure tea, 100% pure, without adding any artificial. Wow. It tastes mellow, mellow, very fresh. Wow, this tea has some silk, uh, has a very smooth silky texture. Wow, it's wow. After drinking it, that's a for Chinese tea from the first second you take the tea from the the, the tea bag. Wow, each second is a pleasure. Um, from the tea enters into your mouth and you swallowing the tea, and after a while, after seconds, when you speak, take a breath, you can still feel these lingering aromas and flavors inside your mouth. Mm. That's that's Chinese tea. That's Chinese tea. This fragrance is long lasting, and when you when you pay for when you buy it, you pay for Chinese tea, no matter for green tea, yellow tea, white tea, black tea. Chinese tea is very resistant. Like this tea can be infused over 10 times. This is something the industry tea cannot compare. For each for each infusion, you can see the change of the aromas. It will change. But even for the 10th infusion, I don't say this tea, even for the 10th infusion, this tea still tastes the same like the first infusion. No, that's impossible. But you will see that the aroma, it's the for each, you take your time and you try each infusion, and you see they slightly, uh, the flavor aroma slightly decrease, they are decreasing slightly, little by little. Uh, that's why even for the 10th infusion, this tea still remains the traits of the first infusion. That's the quality, the proof of the quality as well. We can tell by your expressions this tea ha- has had very distinct impressions. Yeah, this tea personally I like very much. Not only me, because with my experience, um, this tea for tea like this, with such a profile, adorable profile regarding the flavor taste, everybody will love it. This tea, besides the hot green Chinese Gong Fu Cha, this tea you can in summertime. This tea, you can also use this tea to prepare the tea, iced tea for your family, for your friends. Um, this tea highly recommend to you. The fragrance is long lasting. This tea, technically, this tea doesn't taste like um, a black tea you used to drink. Why? Because this tea based on traditional Taiwan Kung Fu black tea craftsmanship. mm, Our artisan, our tea makers, incorporated with the essential process in general use for oolong, uh, for oolong to improve the tea flavor and taste, especially for the aromas. In Chinese called Yao Qing shaking green, shaking green, and that's why this tea. When you try this tea, you may remember the first time I tried this tea. Yeah, it was very interesting because I noticed that this tea didn't taste like the traditional Chinese Kung Fu black tea. It because it I feel that it had let's say style, some traits, features of oolong. Yes, my my guess is was correct. Yes, definitely. So that's why I say this tea. Uh, uh, you barely find the market. It's it's plus the traditional Kung Fu black Chinese Kung Fu black tea craftsmanship plus update uh, the update we update process. You see, highly recommend to you from any if you never tried this tea. Um, this tea highly recommend to you, and I think you will love it. Nobody will refuse a tea with such sweet peach-like fruity fragrance, sweet rose aroma, and besides, this tea has a great balance, freshness, sweetness, without any stringency bitterness. The fragrance is long-lasting. Mm, highly recommend to you. Now we continue our second infusion. A few seconds, the steeping time, few seconds to very interesting our uh, anything we are showing a live stream. Please go to check our tea shop link in the bottom of the screen, or please check the link in our bio. Okay, please look at the soup. Golden clear, beautiful. I never, I will never refuse this sweet, fruity, peach-like aroma plus uh, s- flowery, sweet, flowery fragrance. Wonderful. It tastes sweet and fresh. It's like after drinking, there's a gentle sweet aftertaste. And you know that, and you know that based on, but 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 you know that even for the price of this tea, honestly, this artisan then that isn't. They are very they are very just. Uh, it's updated and plus traditional black tea. Uh, but you see, the price of the tea, how we make it, that based on the cost, based on the cost. This tea, honestly, with such quality and with such quality and the rare, with the rare uh, craftsmanship and technology where this tea, uh, we could sell this tea with a higher price, but as we base on the cost, as I mentioned, cost means the price the tea maker they offer to us, and they are really that's they this tea let's say the price is really let's say the price surpasses the quality itself. No, let's say the quality surpasses the price, because this tea in fact could be sold with a higher price with the quality and the rich features. That's why I highly recommend to you. This one I highly recommend to you. You probably would not find from other tea shop. If you or just pass by live stream and say, yeah, you, and this tea triggers you a little bit, triggers you to try it. Just go ahead. You don't have to buy the you just buy the small size, 50 gram, to see the quality. And first of all, you have to see our if our tea shop is trustful for you. You can just buy the small size. But so far you can see the feedbacks and the comments in our tea shop. So far for the teas I'm selling, uh, there's no any negative bad feedback yet. Why? Because first of all, I'm professional, advanced Chinese tea sommelier. Those teas I select by myself. I the teas before I select, I evaluate the quality. There's a control. There's a control before we select this tea. So if you just go ahead to try it, you'll love it. Mm. Each sip is so uh, it just tastes so inviting, so delicious, sweet. Accompanied with after drinking, there's a great sweet of taste. Mm. This tea, I particularly love this slight natural peach-like scent and the flavor. Like we add the fresh peach juice inside the tea soup. In fact, no, this is pure tea. For the all aromas, flavors, uh, only from the tea itself, without adding any artificial pigments, any artificial scents. 100% natural. Ah, okay. The fragrance is long lasting. It smells so uh, intricate, so inviting, sweet, flowery, fruity. Like you smell the fresh peach. Now is season of in China. Uh, peach season time. When you take the peel of the peach and smell it, wow. It's this peach. Let's say this peach, natural peach, uh, aroma is rather rare for black tea. Uh, so, Sometimes it happens. Mm. Not every year. Not every year. That it take let's say you encounter with the chance, even it's made from the tea is made from the same tea garden. The raw material is from the same tea garden, and operated by the same artisan. It doesn't mean like last year no they didn't uh, last year no uh, last year they didn't, let's say uh, let's say by chance they didn't make any black tea Tanyang Gongfu black tea with the peach natural peach aroma, because relates very much with the weather as well. So just take this tea. So far, any questions? This tea can be infused over 10 infusions. 10 infusions. Now we continue our third infusion. Few seconds to 15 seconds. Please look at the tea soup. Beautiful honey amber color. You see, because it's very bright, the color even reflects on my fingers. Mm. This Hanyang Gongfu black tea features its uh, very fresh, sweet, peach-like fruity aroma plus uh, a very inviting sweet rose flowery fragrance. This basically this is most sweet. Well, every sip is full of this sweet peach-like flavor and natural sweetness, like you are just uh, like you are drinking a mixture tea plus natural peach juice. But we can guarantee that this tea is purity without adding any artificial pigments, without blending with any flowers or fruit. This is a purity. Wow. After drinking every sip, there's a great sweet of taste. Mm. He takes uh, very very subtle, with with a silky texture, without any astringency and bitterness. So funny questions. If you're interested in this Tanyang Kung Fu black tea, please go to check our tea shop link in our bio. And besides this Kung Fu black tea, we also have some new arrivals. This Chinese jade and our recent new arrival Chinese gourd. Wow. You see, just behind me, there's a gourd. There's a natural gourd. Uh, those are our recent new arrivals. You have varied options, almost 10 colors available for our in our tea shop. Yes. I will come back in a few seconds during this waiting time. You can just go to check our link if you're interested in anything. You see, look at the colors. I'll come back in a few seconds. Hello, hello again. First of all, I want to present those lovely natural gourd. I um, uh, before we present uh, before we present, uh, I would like to ask you: have you ever seen gourd before? Have you ever seen? And do you know what's the meaning of a gourd? In Chinese, it's called hulu. Do you know what's the meaning of gourd? Uh, in fact, in fact, uh, gourd in China, uh, those gourds in front of you, they are 100% natural gourd. It's not made from bamboo, made from wood or anything. It's natural gourd. They just growing up from the land, from the soil. In China, we have for more than 7,000 gourd pollination cultivation history, seven years. It's a kind of when the gourd doesn't get mature, it can be eaten like a vegetable. Basically, a gourd in Chinese culture, gourd hulu in Chinese pronounced hulu carries a very carries abundant auspicious symbolism like what like longevity, um, thriving offspring, luck, fortune, harmony in the family, warding off evils actual. And gourd, thanks to gourd, it's the in Chinese called gulu, thanks to its homonym fulu, uh, which signifies great fortune and the luck. Uh, Especially in Chinese feng shui culture, you know what's the feng shui? Have you ever heard feng shui? Feng shui is a very antique Chinese wisdom. You can call it philosophy to guide, let's say, it's philosophy of housing design, the layout of the house. Uh, in Chinese feng shui culture, if you ask me, in our house there is something because we in China we love to, you know, display something or use some element to, let's say, increase the harmony in the house or increase them at uh, positive vibe auspicious in the house, uh, which I still love to use gourd because we believe that gourd can ward off evils. Gourd, that's basically the value of gourd for home decoration. In years, gourds are eaten for good health, however, not extremely prevalent. Yeah, gourd in China, gourd besides the eaten as fruit, isn't a vegetable. Gourd is also embodies function as a vegetable, you know, and feng shui home decoration. Basically, a gourd it's serve as a bottled water containers like this one. This one you can use it as a water bottle, liquor container, uh, beverage, milk bottle, anything you want. Because inside and outside it's and painted with 3 layers of lacquer. Lacquer inside is already treated, painted with lacquer, and you might get confused. What's lacquer? Lacquer in China, we also have more than 7,000 years using history even before Neolithic age, before our Chinese civilization. Why? Because lacquer has a great anti-corrosion, so it's very safe for food use. Mm. And those gourd, it's very light. They are very light. Uh, those those gourds they come with a cotton basket. You can wear it. You can wear it's very light, like around 100 to 200 grams. Like this gourd is uh, probably around 7 to 800 ml. You can wear it. For this rope you can adjust the length. It's very lovely, and you you will not find uh, from other place. When we can inside out, and this is board. This string you can adjust the length. It's very lovely. It's very lovely. Great idea. Maybe why carry a picnic? Yes, you can. Yeah, you can use it for liquid container or anything, because inside pantry with lacquer. It's very safe for food use. It's very light. It's very light, and besides, it's uh, when you take outside, it's basically it's lovely, and the gourd will you know the shape, and the gourd in Chinese culture will carries you luck, will carry luck, and gourd can ward off the evils. It's very lovely, and this color personally like. This color is very class. When you don't when you don't use it, you can just you can just uh, display as a home decoration. Look at the shape. Mm. This one has elegant burgundy reddish wine color. Ah, beautiful, right? Each gourd is single piece. The natural for those natural artwork, they always single piece. And this green one, wow, beautiful. This one I like the most. This one I personally like very much. This green. Wow, look at it. Look at the texture. The outside is painted with the 3 layers of lacquer as well. And for the color of this wood, it's natural dye with plants. It's a natural pigment, eco-friendly. From inside outside, they are natural. Natural. It's not industry product. From this grow is a growing up from land from the soil. Now, and for everything inside and outside of this grow is 100% natural. Wow, please look at color. It's really lovely to take it. And there's a handle. If you don't want to wear it by yourself, you can just take the handle. It's like inside and outside painted with uh, a lacquer around 500 to 800 ml. The, the volume of inside volume. This one. So lovely. This green I highly recommend because the green color, in fact, it's very rare. Yeah, the shape. If I increase anything we are showing the live stream, please go to check out the shop link in our bio. This one. Also have this. This bright golden color. Wow, this one. This the color of this one is very eye catching. This color looks very dynamic. If I interest anything while showing online string up, please go to check out your shop link in our bio. This one, this one, the color I very exceptional. Highly recommend to you. Each piece, each gourd comes with a caution to hold this gourd and also a funnel to receive the water, the liquor, anything, the liquid. It can be used as a container for wine, liquor, a water bottle, beverage, milk, coffee, anything. Basically, this is its function. And when you don't use it, you can also just display like a home decoration, like what I'm doing in this tea room. It's very beautiful. You can also wear it by yourself. Inside and outside, it's fully painted with three layers of lacquer. Mm, so lovely. Uh, from almost every live stream I've recently I introduced this lovely group because I really love you to take one. You never, you barely find from other place. They are natural gourd from natural gourd. This is a natural gourd, not rather than bamboo or wood. For this rope, you can adjust the length, color. It's really beautiful, right? Look at the color. It touches very smooth. Gourds in Chinese culture, we believe gourd can protect us word of evil. It's lovely. This is this one is very lovely. Look at the color, very class. And this one has a little bell. When you move it, it rings. This one. Hello. Wow. This gourd with a classical brown color. And you notice that this one, the texture looks more matte compared with others. This one looks very classical and elegant. Special love for the color, the low key color. Those gourds you can use as a home decoration or a water, wine bottle, container carrier. Inside and outside is fully painted with natural lacquer, very safe for food use. This lacquer has a great anti-corrosion function, and besides, this is very light. It's very light. This gourd is natural gourd, natural gourd. If you, uh, you know, if you if you are searching for a water bottle container, you don't want to use stainless steel or plastic. You can consider this one natural. Um, this one you can wear it. It's very light, weighs around 102 to around 200 grams. Like this one, approximately 6 to 700 ml. It's very lovely to wear it for lady and a gentleman. It's really this one. In Chinese feng shui culture, wood we believe we can ward off evils in your house if you if you live alone. It sounds a little bit superstitious. You can just display gourd nearby your bed because in Chinese culture, we believe gourd can ward off evil and it carries you luck, harmony, peace, actually. It comes with a basket, cotton basket, and you can adjust the length of this basket. This one. So, funny questions? So, funny questions? We also have this orange. You have a varied option, 10, 10 colors. This one I love it as well. Look at this orange and the bright pink. Wow, this one I love it the most. You can also buy as a gift for the kids in your family. The kids they love it. And my nephew, 4 years old, he loved this one pink, and he asked his mother to he uses a water bottle. He carried this to the kindergarten. Every morning he asked his mother to fill up the water inside this. Around this one 500 ml. Insides painted with lacquer, natural lacquer. This one is very lovely. Look at the color. You can wear with a basket, cotton basket, or carry just with a handle. It's very light. If you don't, for this, this is a natural glue. If you don't break it on purpose, it can serve it for many years. It's so lovely. It's pink. It's so cute. If I interest anything, we're showing the live stream now. Please go to check out the shopping in now view. Now let me introduce our new arrival Chinese jade mini Buddha sculpture and a teapot. Just look at wow. Wow, look at this. Little Buddha sculpture. This one is made from Chinese jade, Xiu Yu. Xiu Yu is one of the top four Chinese jade. Chinese, for in Chinese classical aesthetics, jade is classified as the top. When we describe a texture, a moist texture, a gray texture, smooth texture, we describe as a jade. Uh, or we describe person's character, we describe this person gentle mind as a jade. So you know that the jade in Chinese uh, aesthetics, uh, what's the position? Like this one, if you want to, this one you can use it as a home decoration display. Display inside display as a home decoration, or you can just put just like say to add an peaceful tranquil uh, zen ambience in your tea ceremony. It's made from jade. Look at the color, the details. The Buddha is holding his two hands to play for peace and peace, for love, for the universe. This mini sculpture is very meaningful, very delicate. Look at the texture. Wow. When you touch it, it's very smooth. Uh, That's why we describe when we describe a, a smooth texture, we describe its touches like jade. This is jade. Uh, Jade. And also, personally, I love to match with this teapot, little teapot, around 40 to this one, 40 to 50 ml. Okay, please look at the texture. Do you know in jade? For jade, let's say if you go to Chinese museum, let's just look at. There's a famous museum. When we look at Chinese history, I just give you an example. Jade in Chinese classical aesthetics, the position even higher, much higher than gold. Gold as a precious, rare metal. It's regarded as precious everywhere in China, but jade as Chinese especially love jade. Uh, s- if you look at if you go to the museum and you look at you will see a lot jade accessories. Why? Because in antique China, uh, I remember the one time I went to a museum. That's a museum called, if we get chance, Henan Museum. Uh, they collect abundant jade, Chinese jade, around 2,300 years, 3,000, 2,000, 3,000 years ago. Uh, they show you that at that time people for the let's say the royal uh, royal people, uh, jade, because jade we when we jade, just look at this, and you because in Chinese culture jade is always regarded as something gentle, noble, class, unlike gold. um, and especially for this little mini teapot, when you hold it, it weighs a little bit. Uh, it's small, but it weighs a little bit because it's made from authentic jade, 秀玉. And you please look at it. It looks like ice, moist, and it's very smooth. 100% handmade. Can you imagine? We engrave this by hand. This mini teapot. Very precious, very, very precious. There's a very famous Chinese poem. My pure heart is on this jade teapot. Look at. My pure, there's nothing pure than jade. My pure heart, there's famous Chinese classical poem. If I translate, my pure heart is on this jade pot. This one you can bring it. It's a teapot. But if you bring it with the tea, don't bring it. I recommend don't bring it with like pour or tea with a too strong color. Once you bring it, clean it immediately. Otherwise, if you leave the tea uh, too much time or too long time inside, it will slightly stand the jade. Just look at it's a superb artwork. Wow. That's, now you understand when we describe a person's superb character, we describe, oh, this person is mind gentle like jade. because jade is the highest, let's say in Chinese aesthetics, the highest, let's say jade even surpasses gold in Chinese culture. Always regarded as one of the most material. Oh, wow. It's so comforting when you hold it to touch it. Look at the color. So, funny questions? If I interest anything we're showing the live stream, please go to check our T-shop link in our bio. Uh, in, in Instagram, you can also see our T-shop link in the bottom of your screen. So those are new arrivals, uh, little mini Buddha jade sculpture and the mini teapot jade teapot. Uh, Okay, if you don't have any further questions, time to say goodbye. Thank you so much for your watching. I'll be so happy to see you again in our next live stream. Okay, if you have any questions, you can reach us with Instagram, YouTube, email, etc. I wish you a great day and great night. Thank you, and see you next time. See you next time. Bye bye. Bye bye.